You hear the swallows feeding their babies. Good morning. I'm with our hay that we put up. We only had to put up 100 bales this year because we let somebody else put it up and we get 100 bales out of it. So, very nice. Only 2 truckloads. Well, George Cat's showing up. Maybe that's why all the birds are making their noises. Hi, George. And we have copyright over there. He's purring. All right, we need to get going. I thought I'd show you face of the day first. I keep hearing about rose gold, rose gold, rose gold, so I wanted to do that for my eyes today. And sorry, all these limited edition things, but I'm using stuff up, and I'm not buying new stuff, as you know. This is Crush Glow number 659 from Dior, and it looks like that. I used the gold one on the lid, the center pink on the lid, the gold, okay. I used the gold on the lid and the pink in the crease and the taupey underneath. Let's see, and for paint pot underneath was Rubenesque, so, you know, building up that rose gold color. The only thing about a bag is it's hard to show you guys stuff. On the waterline, I used Urban Decay's Lucky, which is, you know, I don't know whether I should bother to swatch in the barn, but there it is. It's kind of a coppery color going on the gold part. And right now, I think it is on sale for $9.95, or anyway, around under $10 at Sephora if you can still get it. I don't know, maybe they are discontinuing it. And then on the upper line, well, yeah, the waterline, but on my liner, I used NARS via Appia, V-I-A-A-P-P-I-A, and that looks like that. It's kind of a bronzy brown. It's mostly brown, but it's got a little bit of shimmer in it. Then, oh, I know you're all noticing my eyelashes. And they are the Ardell's 110s, is that right? Yep, 110s, and you can see the little bit that I cut off. That's the secret to getting them on, guys, is getting them the right length across your eyeball, and mine are kind of way on the outside. But I could have just put the whole thing in more. But anyway, I think these are my favorite over the 109s because these are a little spikier, maybe a little bit longer. The others add just a lot of thickness, which is great in my case too. On my, oh yeah, let's finish eyes. I've got this it's Coronado, I think, from NARS. It's a Corcovado Soft Touch Shadow Pencil. Oh, it's made in Canada. Anyway, it's a beautiful light gold. And I used it on the inner corner because I didn't have Jordan show me how to do it. I just wanted it, and by then I'd already spent like probably 2 hours with him, and I just go, I don't want to miss out, it's limited edition. You know how that is. On my bronzer, I used my Lise Watier Laguna. No. Havana. Wrong part. All these international names. But anyway, here's Havana. And it's just a real easy bronzer to apply because it's not super pigmented. And you can't see it, but anyway, I did the 3, and I went on the neck. And to go with it, of course, then I have to do the blush. And I like this blush best in the summer, so this is Libertine. I better put my glasses back on and make sure that's what it is. Libertine, L-I-B-E-R-T-I-N-E. And it's a orgasm type, but I really like it. And I used like a duo fiber brush with both of those, with 3, and then just right here on my cheeks. If I come up close, maybe the lights. I have 1 barn door and then 2 doors over there, 2 little doors up top. Oh, here's George Cat. Hi, George. Then let's show you my lips, and we'll be done with my face. And I actually brought Kleenex this time so I can wipe off my hands. Hi, George. You want to come up here? On the first swipe of my lips is Estee Lauder's All Day Lipstick in Frosted Apricot, and it's not really too frosty. I love it for summer. There it is. And just to go one more over the top, on the top of that, I used my Makeup Forever, and it's just numbered 40. So it's that matte orange. Let's go summertime. Hey, we're in this, my house is 72 degrees, which is perfect. First thing this morning, so it's gonna be hot today. But those are the colors I have on. And of course, when you're wearing bright colors, I have to use a lip brush. So I just, to get in the corners here and definition. And this is just a lip pencil, and who made that? I think it was Prescriptives or something. Yep, but because I don't have a separate lip pencil anymore, I'm using those up. So let's wipe this off so I don't get it on my next thing that I was going to talk to you about. I flattened my hair all day today. I flattened my hair this morning and did no bend in it, so we'll see what we think. All right, I was going to do this when I first got the magazine, but you know how that goes. In fact, I have a video in between this that shows a little bit of what I've been doing, but we haven't done makeup in so long that we had to do makeup. George is now hunting, and there's some broken hay bales behind us here under some stairs, and we're just kind of hunting. But anyway, it's the Allure July issue, 2013. And one thing of interest that I thought might be to us is the Beauty and the Beat on page 93. And it was called, I think it's a regular feature, but it's called Give It Up. If you love something, let it go. At least for a year, these authors examine their dependence on makeup, sex, and more by doing just that. Just give it up. If you love something, let it go for at least a year. These authors examine their dependence on makeup, sex, and more by doing just that, by Alexandra Owens. So the first one went without grooming. And the next one went without a mirror. Hey, that's all right. I remember when I was going to high school and grade school, well, grade school, who cares, but high school, I'd only look at the mirror at noontime and, comb my hair. I don't know if I wore anything on my lips. Mom wouldn't let me wear any makeup. That's probably why I love it now. And went without sex. Meh. Okay, the last one that is apropos to us is to go without shopping. Because, we gotta watch our pennies so we can travel. Pink So Foxy is in such cool places. I think Thailand looks yummy. All right, went without shopping. I'm gonna just read it to you. The book, not buying it, is My Year Without Shopping by Judith Levine. And it's free press. Okay, the mission. Thoroughly fed up with overspending, a journalist vows to stop shopping except for absolute necessities. Low point. We run out of Q-tips. Is this impeccable ear hygiene really a necessity? No, use a washcloth. You're not supposed to stick stuff in your hair. Nothing bigger than your elbow. Nothing smaller than your elbow. High point. Levine passes along a family heirloom to her niece, who appreciates the silver necklace far more than she would have a gift certificate to a store at the mall. Boy, I gotta tell you, oh, George, he's hunting. He's going up the stairs now. I think he wants a bird. George, no birds. George! The birds are attacking him. Anyway, yeah, when Mom gives me some heirloom stuff from her family or something, I love those things best. Meow. Okay, the payoff, and this is the last paragraph. The author gets out of credit card debt. Come on, you guys. No credit card debt. Saves $8,000 and discovers inner strength and how much she appreciates a new pair of socks. Now, isn't that the truth? If you don't treat yourself all the time, when you finally get something, George, when you finally get something, you love it to pieces, right? So, don't go into credit card debt. The credit card is like gambling in Las Vegas. It's always the house that wins. With their interest and penalties, some people are never going to get out of it, so. Meow. Oh, gee, I got to show you. I don't know if you can see him. George. Gosh, he's on a beam up there. All right. The next thing I was going to talk about was, I told you about I was reading the Perfume, A Story of a Murder. Victoria Vogue wanted me to read it. Let's see if I'm back in here. Victoria Vogue suggested that I read it. And she did warn me that it was dark. So I was kind of prepared, but it is dark and it's gross. But it's about perfume and it's about the olfactory senses. Well, I'm not going to give it all away, but let me read you the first sentence. In 18th century France, there lived a man who was one of the most gifted and abominable personages in the era that knew no lack of gifted and abominable personages. That sets the tone, doesn't it? Interestingly, this is like set in the mid-1700s. In the period which we speak, there reigned a city, this is in Paris. There reigned in the city, I lost my place. There reigned in the cities a stench, well, this is all the cities, barely conceivable to us modern men and women. Now, this is what, kind of get me thinking. The streets stank of manure, the courtyards of urine, the stairwell stank of moldering wood and rat droppings. His grasp of description is so good, and it makes you realize how dirty mankind was. Moldering wood and rat droppings. The kitchens of spoiled cabbage and mutton fat. The unaired parlors stank of stale dust. The bedrooms of greasy sheets, damp feather beds, and pungently sweet aroma of chamber pots. The stench of sulfur, the cat is now rubbing on the tripod, rose from the chimneys, and the stench of caustic lies from the tanneries, and from slaughterhouses came the stench of congealed blood. People stank of sweat, cat stop that, and unwashed clothes. From their mouths came the stench of rotting teeth, and from their bellies that of onions, and from their bodies, if they were no longer very young, came the stench of rancid cheese and sour milk and tumorous disease. And it goes on. The rivers stank, the marketplaces stank, the churches stank. It stank beneath the bridges and the palaces. The peasants stank, as did the priest, and the apprentice, as did his master's wife. The whole of the aristocracy stank, which you never think about, but yep, they didn't into personal hygiene. Even the king himself stank like a rank lion, and the queen like an old goat, summer and winter. For the 18th century, there was nothing to hinder bacteria busy at decomposition, and so there was no human activity, either constructive or destructive, no manifestation of germinating or decaying life that was not accompanied by stench. So thus they made perfume, so they'd cover it up. Oh, I just put a few bookmarks in here for other parts. And we're going to talk about that guy that was so, what was the word? I can't even remember. The first sentence, that he was so abominable personage. Glasses and hair. And I let it down for you guys, otherwise I pin it all back. So he's walking around, and he has no body odor. I shouldn't tell you guys everything. I'm not gonna. But anyway, he has no body odor. But he can smell everything. He's like, I guess, like a dog or something. He can smell things that the rest of us can't smell. So he was walking around this town, la la la, and all of a sudden he got this little premonition of something he'd never smelled before. He backed against the wall, closed his eyes, flared his nostrils. The scent was so exceptionally delicate and fine that he could not hold on to it. It continually eluded his perception, was masked by the powder smoke of the petards, blocked by the exudations of the crowd, fragmented and crushed by thousands of other city odors. But then suddenly there it was again, a mere shred, the whiff of a magnificent premonition for only a second, and vanished at once. And it goes on, describing how he's trying to track down that scent. Then he wandered around, and he had worked for a tanner because nobody liked him, and he was just kind of an outcast, but people didn't really notice him because he didn't have an odor. I guess they're used to stench. So anyway, he stumbled across, he wanted to work at this perfumery because he wanted to learn this stuff. And he found this man, Baldini, and he finally gets into the warehouse of Baldini, and he had thousands of exquisite perfumes and cosmetics. His stock ranged from essence absolutes. I'm just reading this because the wording is so colorful and rich. And we love this part. Floral oils, tinctures, extracts, secretions, balms, resins, and other drugs of dry, liquid, or waxy form. Through diverse pomades, pastes, powders, soaps, creams, sachets, bandolines, which I don't know what is, brilliantines, mustache waxes, wart removers, and beauty spots, all the way to bath oils, lotions, smelling salts, toilet vinegars, and countless genuine perfumes. Also, in addition to incense pastilles, incense candles, and cords, there were also sundry spices. From aniseeds to zapote seeds, syrups, cordials, and fruit brandies, wines from Cyprus, Malaga, and Corinth, honeys, coffees, teas, candied with dried fruits, figs, bonbons, chocolates, chestnuts, and even pickled capers, cucumbers, onions, and marinated tuna. Plus, perfume sealing waxes, stationery, lover's ink scented with attar of roses, writing kits of Spanish leather, pen holders of white sandalwood, caskets and chests of cedarwood, potpourris, and bowls for flower petals, brass incense holder. Oh, it goes on and on. You probably don't want to just hear me read. Well, let me tell you a story. Anyway, so this guy, Grenouille, was just ecstatic for working this guy, and he learned a whole bunch. Oh, this is describing how he knew fragrances. He let the boy inside, because Grenouille at this time is, I don't remember, 12 or something. They walked across the shop, Baldini leading the candle, Grenouille behind him with the hides. The first time, he was bringing in some hides to be scented. First time Grenouille had ever been in a perfumery, a place of which odors were not accessories but stand unabashedly at the center of interest. Naturally, he knew every single perfumery and apothecary in the city, had stood for nights on end at the shop windows, his nose pressed to the cracks of their doors. He knew every single odor handled here and there, and had often merged them into his innermost thoughts and to create the most splendid perfumes. So he's blending in his head. So there's nothing new awaiting him, and yet just as a musically gifted child burns to see an orchestra up close or to climb into a church choir where the organ keyboard lies hidden, Grenouille, and I'm pronouncing it wrong, Grenouille burned to see a perfumery from the inside where he had heard that leather was to be delivered to Baldini. He had done all he could to make sure that he would be the one to deliver it. And then the last section that I'm going to show you, but I'm not going to tell you the end. Maybe. Oh, this is making a scent, and that scented oil, that ethereal oil, was in fact the best thing about the matter. The only reason his interest in it. The rest was stupid stuff. The blossoms, leaves, rind, fruit, color, beauty, vitality, and all the other useless qualities were of no concern to him. They were the husk and the ballast to be disposed of. From time to time, when the distillate had grown watery and clear, they took from the alembic from the fire, opened it, and shook out the cooked muck. It looked as flabby and pale as soggy straw, like the bleached bones of little birds, like vegetables that had been boiled too long, insipid and stringy, pulpy, hardly still recognizable for what it was. Disgustingly cadaverous and almost totally robbed of its own odor. They threw it out the window into the river. And then what they have in their oil is this is the scent, the fragrance. He finally, nobody loved him. His mother just gave birth in a fishmongery, in a fish stall, and she was beheaded because they thought she'd abandoned him, and she really didn't care. And he was raised orphanages and stuff and just passed off. Nobody liked him. They just thought he was the devil or something. So I think he kind of always wanted to be loved, and in the end, he was consumed by love. Maybe that's how I'll say it. But it was just gross. Those of you that don't mind grossness and like dark stuff a little bit, you'll love it. Oh, let me tell you, it was written, I think, in 1986. I had the interlibrary loan it. It was, yeah, 1986 it was written, and I can tell there was one little, oh, I threw it out. There was one thing, I don't think it's been checked out often, because the dates on it were kind of wonky. But anyway, that's another perfume book. There's another one that I'm kind of interested in. I don't like to buy books because I have so many in the house. Where am I going to put them? And then I never read them again. Although Menopause is great. You know, the book's new again in a year or two. So I'll let you know the name of that. Maybe I'll annotate down below or something. And maybe I'll interlibrary loan it and read it or something. But anyway, wherever the cat went, the horse is looking at me going, what the heck are you doing, Mom? It's copyright. Well, there's his ears. And next time, I won't be doing makeup or book. I'm going to show you what I've been doing. It's been really busy this summer. And I really miss my people that I'm subscribed to. Every once in a while, I'll pop on if there's a short one I can watch. because I've been painting and making jam and freezing peas, and tonight's the hay party. I'm making lasagna. Husband picked this lettuce this morning, and it's going to crisp. We're going to make a salad. And for dessert, I'm making a lemon jello cake. That's an old island recipe, and so it's just kind of be out on the lawn, and as a thank you to all the old folks that helped us bring in the hay. So until next time, I'll see you later. Bye-bye.
Here's copyright. Hi, Phil, you staying in the stall out of the hot sun and the flies. Hi, mister. Hi. Come here. Say hello to all our guys. Hi. Hi, pretty boy. Come on. Come on, kisses. Pretty boy.